Hi everyone, my name's Gaz and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my celiac journey and when I was first diagnosed with celiac disease. So, from first being diagnosed around 6 to 7 years ago, it all was uncovered through my GP, through some blood tests, and I realised that my iron levels were like rock bottom. They were really, really low. I was suffering with fatigue. Um, I remember going into some sort of shock one morning, and my mum actually thought I was having a heart attack. So that was my early warning signs, really, of thinking I need to act now, I need to do something, I need to go see the GP. And on the build up to that, what I experienced was these several things. I experienced being very, very tired. I experienced not having any sort of energy to really do anything. But I was just putting that down to having a bad night's sleep. Um, I would get brain fog where I just couldn't sort of think very clearly in the day. So I was having more coffee and trying to get myself rallied around in that way. And also, I would find that if I'd eaten certain foods, I was finding that my tummy was feeling very bloated. It was almost the best way I describe it to my friends and family and colleagues is that it's a bit like someone sort of stabbing your insides. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's how it felt. And it's just like, you could feel that sort of moving. And it was really, really painful. So that was sort of some of the symptoms that I experienced several years ago. So since being diagnosed, I've been very careful. I've looked at gluten-free foods. I've looked in certain supermarkets. I've looked on certain free-from ranges. And believe me, I've tried all of them. I've tried the ones, all the major ones, such as Marks and Spencer's, Tesco's, Cooperative, Sainsbury's, and Asda. And they've all got wide ranges of foods. Oh, sorry, I don't want to miss out Morrison's as well. So I've tried a wide range of different foods over the years, and some are better than others, especially with the breads and the pastas and things like that with the staples. So again, it's individual to what you actually want to have and how you're going to live your gluten-free life, really. I would probably say the best bread for me has definitely got to be Tesco. So you're winning at the moment in terms of your bread, and the brown seeded loaves have to be the best ones I've tried for a long time at the moment. Um, and having these different food types and staples gluten free does help your body. It stops the bloating. It helps you have that more energy, and you just feel better overall in yourself. Um, so yeah, going gluten free for me has been a game changer. I'm having more energy. I feel more like I should. And it's just going back to what I said earlier, where when you're trying to first pinpoint the celiac disease, some people can go years and years before they're even diagnosed. And that can be really, really tricky. So a couple of things that I just wanted to share just before I finish this first video is, when you go shopping for your groceries, try and shop smart, look in the aisles. You don't always have to go for free from unless you have a specific dietary requirement. So if you're just avoiding gluten and wheat, you can look at specific products that are out there. A lot of things are naturally gluten free. You don't always have to buy the free from expensive ranges. So just have a look at the ingredients and the labels, and it will tell you very clearly what to avoid. And if there's any wheat or gluten or barley or any of the certain lists, and I'll put a list in the link below as well to the celiac website, where it does say about some of these ingredients that we do have to avoid as celiacs. Also, just ensure that you eat out safely. Make sure you check well ahead when you go to the restaurants. Make sure they've got a gluten-free separate menu. Then you're going to risk that cross-contamination. Now, not all restaurants can guarantee cross-contamination. I realise that, and I'm sure a lot of people who probably are watching this realise that, but they can offer assurances by using separate fryers, separate areas where they've prepared the food. So just have a talk with the waitress or the waiter, or maybe even the head staff that's on at the time. Um, so yeah, I think I've mentioned about just communicating really about what you need to say when you go out, and even if you're going abroad, there's lots of places that I've visited already around the world. Spain are very, very well geared up for gluten free. Italy is also very, very geared up for gluten free. The only place I did struggle a little bit with was Greece, but I do hear that there's various little pockets of Greece that are better than others. But again, it's just making sure that you let them know when you're traveling, you know, you have got celiac disease and that you do need to avoid wheat and gluten and any of the other ingredients that may cause, you know, a little bit of upset for you. So I'm going to finish my video there. I hope it's been informative for you. And if you would like to support me on this channel, I've only just set the channel up a number of months ago, and it would be awesome if you could just hit that subscription button at the top, and then I can make some further videos in the future. And again, I hope you found it useful. Thanks very much for watching, and take care of yourselves. Thank you.